Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Another down. We got them all.
This is the library from my dreams. It's real? Look at all these tablets. Actual written records. Oh, somebody pinch me. And there's even some wine to read with. Oh, whoever was here last, I would have gotten along well with them. They're at Sparks. There it's Bob.
Right. You can go first. I'll stay here and watch your back. Yeah.
Let's take a break before we continue. There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Let's take this in for just a moment. Against all odds, we've survived the living lands, crossed an acid sea, and reached the prison of a god. When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall there. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you confronted your own killer and let him go. Takes a special kind of strength to stay your hand in a moment like that.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm, how you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. And when they burned my home, you gave me another one. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those sporlings. You got my priceless face. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time. One crisis at a time, please. I can only lose so much sleep.
He's right. Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Don't think I haven't considered it. But our problems won't just go away on their own.
Stay here? I mean, we are here. It's supposed to be paradise. Can't be worse than Galawain's tusks.
Tempting as it sounds, if there's one thing I've learned from you, it's that running from problems only lets them fester.
Unfortunately, you are uniquely qualified to deal with this, so we're stuck fixing things. Dread.
Before we turn in for the night, I'd like a word in private. Nothing serious, just planning out the rest of my life.
Sleep well. Tomorrow we finish this together. Hey, Gia.
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake. And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sappadal's. But the difference is everything. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong. I suppose I have been all this time. I just never realized it. One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful. Hey, this is a big moment for me. Don't trivialize it. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think? Of course you trust me. I'm brilliant. But we've been together long enough that I value your opinion. I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it. Knowing me, maybe a little too ambitious and unexpected. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details. I've only got one lifetime as Giada Castel, so I'd better make it count. Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Jada's parents would be proud. And maybe a bit worried.
So those green people in the garden, those weren't your parents?
No. They were Sappadal's dreams given...
When you find Sappadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. If you're thinking about the fact that this place is the epicenter of the Dream Scourge, or we've got a half-crazy god trying to break free around us, my advice is, don't. Focus on the problems you can see, and attack them as they come. Take every march one step at a time. Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. True enough. It makes me wonder if confinement was the real goal, or simply the only option at the time. One thing's for sure, imprisonment has only riled Sappadal up. Judging from their outbursts at Mount Forja and Nakukubel, they haven't exactly taken this time to reflect and relax. Complicated. I've heard that before. It's never a good thing. And I don't envy you having to deal with the loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have when, we escape this place. I hate to burst your bubble, but I don't see how that's gonna happen. While we're tracking down your god, things are heating up between your Adiran comrades and the locals. A lot of people aren't going to make that distinction. Especially when your Ambassador Heelguard hosted Ludwig in Paradis for as long as her assistance was convenient. The Steel Garrote leveled fewer. Even if Animancers aren't the most popular bunch, everyone gets nervous when fields burn. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise Animancy. Not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradis. That's mighty principled of you, but your moral stance isn't going to cool any tensions. Not if Heelguard's still bringing soldiers into Paradis by the shipload. And that's not all. You helped Ludwig destroy Nakuku Bell, and while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry. One thing I've learned about war: strife and distance have a way of reducing nuance. All anyone else is going to see is a threat display, on the doorstep of the Living Land's best cannoneers, no less. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Heelguard's been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this. Anytime. Good night, Envoy.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why? He certainly enjoyed the sound of his own voice. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways. Fate doesn't ask us what we want. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. Until next time.
Have you been to every part of the Living Lands by now, Marius?
I was perfectly fine assuming this place was a legend. Now it's too blessed real. No, it's not that. It's just, I've seen a lot of strange things lately, and somehow this is the strangest. I've never been comfortable with things I can't explain. If there isn't a poultice for it, I don't want it. I'd rather just grit my teeth and push through this whole thing. I'm completely out of my depth. Right. Let's get back to work then. Anyway. Thanks for talking.
Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement? Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands. I see that as an opportunity in disguise. No one is closer to Sapadal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts. Of course you do. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, a little outside perspective always helps. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. You too.
Oof, I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. Or is that actual drums? Anyway. You too.
I heard you were stationed in the Deadfire.
Sure was. I was sent out as...
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still. The moon has many faces. Different songs for different days. We know your light. We seek what swims inside you as you wane. We wonder. We did not foresee this. A debt of knowledge. We concede. The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine. No, we must recall, plumb the depths of our memory. We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. We must remember, yes, new blooms from pruned growth. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be. We spoke of flowers. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
Is this where your god friend sleeps? I assume we'll have to break this barrier somehow.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here. Not bad, Marius.
Yeah.
Take a moment, people.
Here's hoping we can avoid that madness down there. Down. Here we go.
Keep your guard up. We gotta live to tell this tale.
Back in the fight. Next one's mine. Back in the fight.
Nice of someone to mark that spot for us.
Gods, this is the place.
At last you see our prison, the place where we have suffered. You are so small, we questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here. It is real enough to hold us, a fortress, a nightmare. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. We refuse to remain caged. Release us, The strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. Death in a line. They defile the city on the shore. Blood on the tile. Talons carve a sentence in our skin. She strikes us now. Now! Pluck her out! We must be free of her! A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open. It will take you there. A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We have been thinking of your lessons. We have learned from the fire in your heart. We are owed for what they did. Let us rend our foes, burn them as she burned us. No, we would strike back at those who have caged and tormented us. How could you understand? You met death, and you offered your hand. And what of us? Do we deserve imprisonment? You have shown we are owed better. Let us have our justice, our vengeance. But you would accept the risk of so many dying in a city that time will forget? Let us free! We will not ask again. We want them to suffer as we did. We want to make them pay. The blood of our tormentors, warm in our throats. We deserve a taste, just as the bear did. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Let us free. We will rain fury on our enemies and shield our lands once more. What? Stop this! Stop! Bars become walls, stone, emptiness. They close, they press, bones shatter. We cannot breathe. Please!
Chandra's depths.
It's paradise. But what happened here?
Gods.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
That must have taken an incredible power. Beyond all mortal understanding. How do you feel? Glad it's not just me. Unfortunately, we don't have time to recuperate. Whatever happened back there, it appears our work isn't finished yet.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
For once, I wish I wasn't. Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
Always better than the reverse.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
Glad the Dream Scourge is over, but I can't help but think killing a god will have consequences.
I'm sure it wasn't easy, but I think that's for the best, Envoy.
I can't believe Sapadal is gone. For better or worse, the spiritual health of the living lands depended on them. What now?
We took out the Dream Scourge and Sapadal in one fell swoop. Quite impressive, really.
Some problems just keep rearing their ugly heads no matter what you do. Good news is, we've gotten pretty skilled at dealing with them.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Sansa, how did you make it out here? They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Easy.
Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're doing? What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere? First my assistants, now this. Why can't they settle these things over tea for once?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be here.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. Gods, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help. You always were a forgiving friend.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a discount. You know, for saving the city and everything.
snow here?
It's gotta be Greengrave's work. I heard she made snow on Shatterskull.
We meet again, Envoy. Paradise burns, thanks to Ludwig and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone. I bear witness. Heroes and villains will arise from this moment in mortal history. I find such occasions irresistible. You mortals know that nothing you do truly matters, and yet you try, over and over again. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions. The end of a god is a complicated thing. It may take centuries for the repercussions to fully reveal themselves. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice. Wise answer, that. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire. I prefer ice, personally. But to each their own. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Makutadek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Sabadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you destroyed them? Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack. She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking, just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. But that's your affair. So long as her passion for Wodica lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That'll be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
You can't be serious. You'd stand with the steel garrote.
No. Don't tell me you're bending the knee to the ones who burned my city.
Don't do this. I followed you to the ends of this world. We all did. But I won't follow you here.
No. If you do this, you better say goodbye, Envoy. I won't help you sell out my home to that Korba.
I thought you were smarter than this, Envoy.
The Wardens would sooner die than kneel before the steel garrote.
If you think Thirdborn will submit without a fight, you're out of your mind.
How many lives are you willing to forfeit for this benighted path to power?
No one will stand with you if you do this thing. What in Remagon's eight blasted hells are you thinking? So be it.
I thought you were different from your kinsman, but it seems I misjudged you.
Trust in Adiran to betray you. I should have known.
May the militia have your head for this, Adiran swine!
After everything we've seen and done. What an awful way to end things between us. But what choice do I have? I'm returning to my people, where I belong, to prepare for the end. I suggest you do the same.
I thought we were a crew, Envoy. But you're betraying everything we fought for.
I guess you made your choice, huh? Good working with you, Envoy. Maybe we'll share a drink sometime in the future.
After all the Steel Garrote have done, you choose them. It was nice knowing you, Envoy. But I refuse to be part of this.
Hurry now. Find Ludwine and let her know what we've done here. Be clever, be swift, for I fear your life is forfeit. And be well.
This is bullshit.
Give me one more moment of your time. It's the last thing I will ever... I would have understood you sticking with Adir after all this, and I would have fought by your side. But the Steel Garrote, that's where I draw my line. That ended when you agreed to take up arms against Parades on behalf of a zealot. Maybe that's what stings the most about this. I really thought we understood each other, that after all this time, after Tama, it doesn't matter. I'll always be grateful for how you helped me make sense of Tama's loss. And now I understand myself well enough to know that helping you would be a decision I couldn't live with. No, you won't see me again. And if you do, you better keep your guard up.
something.
May Wodica take you. Stop right there! Wodica demands your submission. Stand against her and fall. There you are. So, you survived the garden, and now you face me alone. What happened to your loyal companions? The turquoise giant, the sad hunter, the orphan heretic, the irreverent speck of dust. Don't tell me they abandoned you. Likewise. And fate has drawn us back together where we belong. Is it true, Envoy? Has the Burned Queen touched your soul at last? Have you come to join her army? Pledge yourself to the Steel Garrote, and you'll have the strongest fighting force in all of Aora at your beck and call. But I wonder, how serious is your commitment? I'll be the judge of that. Before I accept you into the Steel Garrote, I require a gesture of fealty, a sacrifice. Renounce Sapidal. Disavow yourself of your corrupted essence. Only then, when your soul is ready, may you kneel before me. not all of them. As blood carries poison to the heart, so does their corrupted essence flow through your soul. Renounce it. Now. What we shared does not just go away overnight. No. It bides its time, waiting to live again. Renounce them again, Envoy. Once more. Say it. Again. Very good, Envoy. What an obedient start to a long and promising career. Now, kneel before me. Receive your blessing. Excellent. With this blade, I double. Great! Unworthy of Wodika's accolade! In the end, the Imperial Envoy died with honor. As their blood soaked into the soil of their homeland, their soul departed for parts unknown, either to be imprisoned, reborn, or consumed by the gods. The Steel Garrote stood vigil over these lands for years to come. Under our watch, no child was born with the tainted mark of Sabadal.